Cancer, welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 17th through to the 23rd of July. Happy birthday to all of those Cancers out there having your birthday this week. Welcome to the new year. And you're coming into this week with a game changer energy. In the beginning part of the week, it's very frustration energy. This is what I've been picking up. It's almost like a horse ready to go for a race, and it's like waiting for the off. And then once it's off, that's it, you're off and running. And it is a game changer. It's really started happening. And we can see that in the readings. Hope you have a lovely reading, Cancer. Thank you very much for being here with us. Let's just see what your overall energies is coming up here. Well, you got the Hermit. This was really prevalent within the earth signs. And you have more earth in you than you do water, actually, in accordance to the Astroflower, of course. And this is basically sort of saying, applying your learning in the past in order to follow your dreams and aspirations. And I think this is like, the energy overall is sort of like kind of going, come on, this way, this way, this way. So it's not screaming and shouting, it's just kind of going, you know how to get there. And it's the expression of your path as well. It's also being a little bit, just not trying to force things, not trying to stick your head out there because people may take it off, sort of scenario. That's the sort of energy that's going on here, allowing the river to carry you. It's like being on the river with a canoe rather than sort of like really paddling really hard, because you might just kind of go bang straight into a rock. You just got to allow the river to take you, and you've got to direct it and give it direction. And this is very much more subtle energy for you, but it's gonna put you in a beautiful position because you won't feel tired. Life is progressing for you more than anything else. You have the Moon card on your karmic path on your relationship side. Scorpio energy here. I think this has got to do with determination. Got to do with being, staying true to your goals, your dreams, your heart's desires and stuff like that. And allowing things to come to the surface within the relationships that you may not see arriving. So I think there's a lot of patience involved here, and you've got a great deal of patience, Cancer, when you want it. When you haven't, you haven't. But when you've got it, you've got a lot of patience. And your karmic message is to reveal a lot of things, I think, within yourself more than anything else. The emotional side within you that you didn't really have a see before. The universe here is offering you life. So we're coming out of your birthday season. So you would all have had your birthday here, and the universe is now sort of saying the dreams, the heart's desires, the ultimate relationships that you've been sort of mulling over the past month and a half, 2 months of how you want things is now being offered by the universe. The universe is bringing it in, but it's not bringing it in one foul swoop. It's bringing it in through lots of different possibilities that accumulate into a big change. And this is that sort of frustrating beginning because it's not obvious. And this is where you're going to need to do a bit of searching here, a bit of searching within you, a bit of work in order to get the best out of the situation. Because these possibilities that the universe is bringing into you, you're going to have to choose one at a time. And you can't just collect them all up because you'll end up in a 10 of wands situation when you're carrying too much. But there is a lot of possibilities for you here. What's your past guides saying to you? Yeah, your guides here, this is the super subconscious. This is where they connect to your past and your future. And you've got the Magician here. The Magician has got everything on that table. He's got pentacles, he's got wands, he's got swords, he's got cups. Everything is at the Magician's disposal in order to manifest. And I think this is true within you. I believe you have a good, clear vision of how you want your relationships. And now your past is sort of saying, now is the time to start manifesting. and seeing, converting the unseen, the ideas of what you want to manifest, the ideas into reality. And this is your past is how you're doing it. How is your future guide sort of bringing this out into you? You've got the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is a learning card. It's a learning card. And that is all about learning as well, the Hermit. And I think you've learnt it. And I think this is a case here that if you see on this card here, one of the people have extradited a wand, from the rest of the Four of Wands, which is the old reality, your old year, the conflictual 2022-23 year, where you can seize upon your passion to follow your passions to what you want into a new dimension. It's being the best example of yourself. And sometimes you can get a bee in your bonnet, Cancer, about things, and it can distract you from your path, and that's not good. So I would, when that crab pinches and grabs something, the crab is not going to let go. And that's what you tend to do. And that's what you've got to think. You've got to be a bit wary about it. That's possibly what you've got to learn within yourself. It could be a lot easier than you think. You might be making life a little bit too difficult for yourself. What did I say about the Ten of Wands? You get the Nine of Wands here. So you got the Nine of Cups at the beginning and the Nine of Wands. This is where I'm sort of saying here is you should be aware about what opportunities you should be taking. And that should be the healthy boundaries. So it stops you from sort of being pulled from pillar to post. It stops you from being diverted from the ultimate dreams and the manifestations of what you should be doing. It should be pulling you out of any conflictual situations in your life in regards to your relationships. They should all be dead, done and over with. And I think I saw this in last week's as well. And it is a little bit like pulling teeth in a way. And your future self is, you realise that person there has got that wand. Like that Five of Wands there, they've got that wand. They're going off on that journey. And there's the Eight of Wands, which is the communication or information that's helped you to put together those healthy boundaries. So you do start going forward saying, I'm not going to repeat that same mistake again. And I'm not allowing people to do this to me because I'm heading off down my road. I'm heading off and manifesting my road of happiness. It is a difficult week to make that transition between Cancer and Leo because of this energy that's coming through at the moment. So it's at the start for you could be, it's like you're waiting to start, and so you don't want a full start. You don't want to go too early, and that's where the learned and patience will come in from the Hierophant, the Hermit card. Let's just see what's going on in your financial side. What's happening there? Because that's where it's really been buzzing for you, I think, a lot more. There's a lot more activity going on that side rather than on the relationship side. Let's just see what's going on there. Page of Cups. Yeah, there's something that you've been thinking about for some time. Umming and ahhing and over it. It's a bit of a dream. It seems a little bit impossible. Almost like unattainable. It's just kind of too good to be true sort of scenario. And I don't think that's necessarily true. I just think it's the way you're going about it, maybe, that it could be a lot simpler in order to get there. Or maybe there is stepping stones in order to get across that river. But believing in your future, believing in the ultimate goals within your career path, your business and your projects is, I think, really important. For you, I think it's having that sensation that, yes, I know it's fantastical. If I was to sort of say, okay, I now want to be an astronaut and go to the moon, I'm probably not the age to go now. I probably wouldn't pass the medical, but I believe it. And it could be really, really far away. But then all of a sudden, someone comes in with technology that anybody, doesn't matter what sort of health state you are, you can go into space. all of a sudden I can go to the moon. That's what I mean, is it's like things do change, so the impossible can become possible. Let's just see here what the universe is offering you here. Change of fortune. I think the more that you believe in your ultimate dreams in regards to your career path, your business and your projects, the more the universe is kind of going, okay, we're going to help you to obtain it. And channeling that sort of, that force, that desire within you to get there is worthwhile putting into it. In your past self, you get the Knight of Wands. You're heading down that direction now. You've got this call of mission. You've got this very passionate sort of saying, okay, now I have the resources. What am I going to do with it? Okay, this is what I want to do. And now you're passionately heading towards that direction. As you head towards that direction of that new job, that promotion, that business, that project, whichever you want to be doing, being passionate about it is going to make it a lot easier. And it's also going to make the bigger than life sort of scenarios come true, basically, or at least be possible within your life. It's definitely, there's an ultimate stepping up of a gear. That's the word I want to sort of find. Stepping up of a gear within your life, in your career path. There is no doubt about it. You get the Knight of Wands, now you get the Knight of Cups. Big offerings coming in for you. And these offerings and this is what I'm talking about in the second part of the week. This is where the energy really kicking in. And I think it's mainly kicking in on your material path and on your relationship path. There is an offering that coming into you that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make loads and loads of money, but it's going to make you really joyous about being part of it. It's almost that is more satisfying than making loads and loads of money out of it. You could well be making loads of money out of it. That's not what I'm saying here. All I'm saying is that the offering that's coming towards you, that you have created, is going to make you feel that, yes, life, this is what I should be doing in life. This is how life should be, sort of scenario. And it's going to need some planning. There is this offering that's coming in that's going to need you to sort of readjust your planning. So I might envision sort of going to the moon. If I take that example, going back to that, I might be thinking that. And I've had to change my plans because of the situation that is around me. I might need sort of new finances, or I need to sort of like pass a different certificate in order to go to the moon, or whatever it is. And it's recalibrating your dreams and your ambitions as you go forward. It's planning your future. But the other thing is on this card here, and it's very similar to this. This Page of Cups, who's opening that pathway to your future, has got that cup with that fish in it. And we know that the fish can't sort of live in that cup. So therefore, it's a bit of a sort of a miracle sort of thing. But this person here has got the world in their hands. Obviously, you can't have the world in your hands. But with this opportunity that's heading your way, there is so much more that is possible. And that's what's going to take a little bit of organization and replanning. Thank you very much for being here with me, Cancer. We're going to do a clarification with the Light Seers cards. Thank you for all the support you give to this channel. There's links in the description below where you can buy me a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, which is really nice. And also do sort of private readings and healing sessions as well, which you'll find linked in the description below. Thank you very much, Cancer, for being here. Let's see what goes on with the Hermit. You've got the Magician. Plays out on this side here. Although I think your material side is much more important to you, there's a lot more work to be done on your relationship side. And I think this is where you're going to be manifesting something to take you away from any conflictual relationships that you may have had in the past. And it's going to bring something to the surface that you don't know that is within you. And it's a clear control and vision of a direction that you need to take. That's with the Queen of Swords. She's got that control over emotions because she's got that heart there that she's sitting upon. And adapting that within your relationships is, it's going to ask you to sort of not do things by a matter of fact, but not get get pulled into situations just because you're being nice. Because you're like that. You're very nice, Cancer. And I would just be wary of that. And stick to the direction or stick to the ultimate goal that you want out of life for you. With the Nine of Cups, you get the Ace of Cups. This is what I was saying earlier on. You have to choose that cup at a time. And putting your heart into your direction, into the possibilities that are around you, one thing, one piece at a time, you will do the puzzle. And it will become very, very clear for you. With the Magician card, you get the Hierophant. I love the Hierophant card. And this is beautiful. The Magician card is like manifesting your dreams and aspirations. The Hierophant the Hermit has got to the top of the mountain, got past his obstacles, or got to his objectives, and then being seizing upon that sort of star. The Hierophant is a marriage card in a way, and maybe this is what you're trying to manifest, is this relationship, and stop fighting with yourself against it in a way. The Hierophant here is these steps is a learning curve in order to get to his dreams and aspirations. He knows how to, or the Hierophant knows how to physically put into place his dreams and aspirations. And sticking to that plan, sticking to that direction is really good for you. With the Five of Wands, you get the Page of Wands. Being the best example of yourself, opening up that pathway by engaging with your passions, enjoying, be very childlike. That's, I think, the Moon is there, just not caring. I don't think you have a problem with that, but at the same time, it may be going in a direction that people not used to you doing, but it's definitely extracting yourself, and I think maybe extracting yourself from conflict. The kind of people can turn around and say, well, Cancer normally is good for a good fight. Why are they not fighting anymore? Because you're going into a new cycle. And that's where those healthy boundaries are. Sort of saying, I'm not going back to that. I'm going to go forward. And sometimes when you want to go forward, the people in the old world want to keep you in that old world. And that's what that's all about. They want to keep you there because it makes them feel a lot more comfortable about who they are. Rather than kind of like, and you've got to turn around and sort of say, no, I'm just going ahead. I'm ciao, bye. And this could actually it could end up being, it could take you, traveling. It could take you, moving away from an area or whatever. On your material path, you get with the Page of Cups, you get the Six of Pentacles. Fair exchange, but you have the commanding vote. So basically, when you're going after those dreams and aspirations that sometimes can seem like bigger than life itself, making sure that you do not get sucked in and lose your control over your destiny because other people, or because of your heart, because of what you're being offered, being diverted from your path. I wouldn't settle for second best. Making sure you get everything out of your career path or your business or your project is really important. That change of fortune, we get the Judgment card. Basically an evolution or an ascension moment. I think the universe is bringing you into a point where you kind of, this coming year, and it is this transitional point for you, game changer, you're getting to a stage where you're within your financial world, you're going to know what you should be doing and where you should be going. And it's going to be so obvious that there's no other choice about it. That's why you've got to have that fair exchange where you are okay in the situation. With the Knight of Wands, you get the Eight of Wands. Absolutely brilliant. With this passionate interconnection with everything that is around you, and engagement in your path, you're going to get a lot of communication, a lot of understanding, and that communication gets translated into that Knight of Cups there. This Eight of Wands here is offerings as well, multitude of offerings or possibilities within your life. And it's being driven by your passions. So whatever you want to do in the material world, I would really engage in it in a passionate way. It's going to be the game changer for your coming path. And with the Knight of Cups, this is where you get your Wheel of Fortune. You've got the Wheel of Fortune already there on the primary card. And then you've got the Judgment, the Ascension moment, the real responding to your absolute calling. Here is an offering that's coming into your future self. And as I say, it's an offering that's going to make you feel very joyous about what you're doing. And it is going to give you that change of fortune. That change of fortune is coming. As I say, the beginning part of next week, from the 16th through to the 19th, I think it's going to be a bit frustrating for a lot of signs, and I've seen it for a lot of signs. But after the 19th, that's when the game changer kicks in, and that's when your sort of Wheel of Fortune happens. This is where you start getting those offerings coming in. Planning your future, you get the Five of Swords. This ties into that side as well. It could well be a new beginning, new relationship that happens in your life, which completely changes your material side of your life. Could be starting a new business with someone, or changing regions, so you got to change a job and everything like that. But whatever it is, it's walking away, and this is where it comes into that more than anything else. It's walking away from conflicts that doesn't really serve you. And this is how you plan your future. Planning your future so you avoid any complications and conflicts with other businesses, with companies, with your projects, with things like that that you want to do in the material world, avoiding them through the planning. I think the planning is in the detail, and I'm surprised you didn't get the devil, because most people have been getting the devil, and the devil is in the detail. And that's what seems to come out in that game changer week as well. Once you sort of have it absolutely clear, the detail within you, this is going to build into something amazing. And I think it's because through your understanding, you are manifesting that future. And that future is playing on both sides. It seems to be that your material side, as much as your relationship side, they are interconnected. And I think once you realize that and start going in that direction and stop fighting yourself, you will get ultimately all the success you need. There you go, Cancer. Thank you very much for your support for this channel. Hope you got the best out of this reading for this week. I will see you soon. Thank you for subscribing and all of that. Don't forget, in the meantime, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.